hilarious Mario Cantone. Classes in session. And later, who's in bed? Who's dead?
Do you have an alibi for the night of March 25th?
Could they have left us hanging any more on Scandal? Joshua Molina on the shocking return of the hottest show on TV. Oh, it's gonna give me a heart attack. This is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez, and Rosie O'Donnell. It all starts now.
Home resting her back. Rosie Perez is rehearsing her Broadway show. And joining us today, welcome back our buddy, Mario Cantone!
Thanks for coming to get me.
Yeah, we love you. Style expert and host of the new series, Love, Lust, or Run, Stacey London.
I'm very well.
So good to see you.
Thank you very much.
You know, you are very stylish.
I tried.
You do, and you do well. You told me that I need to wear brighter colors.
Yes, I did.
What do you think?
I did. Because actually, I think color really does affect mood.
Yeah.
And the more color, of course, I'm not doing a good job today, but I have shine.
Yeah, well, silk is a color.
Right? And silk is a color.
It's a color,
It's
still.
fabric. But anyway, I appreciate the idea that even in the audience, you've got people wearing color. It can affect your mood. I mean, this has actually been medically proven.
Right.
Like Mario's color, I saw it, I immediately thought, oh my God, beautiful.
Well,
blue.
that's very nice coming from you because I didn't get the gay gene of like fashion.
Of fashion.
You didn't?
I did. Oh, I have to go to my husband. Does this match? I have no. He put this together.
Really?
Oh, I'm bad at it, and I tend to go towards black.
Everybody goes
Men
towards
and
black.
clothing.
Yes. Good for you.
No, that's not true. No, look, my husband is black, but that's not true. I'm an equal opportunity tramp.
And when it comes to color as well.
No, but I do tend to go towards black clothing and dark.
But,
Yeah,
but
I do
because
too.
it's easy. Everybody thinks that black is slimming, black matches.
That's the thing that makes me always think black is better than white or some bright color. That it's slimming. And when when I was pregnant, I dressed like a goth person. I was
That's
like in
terrible.
black from head to toe. Because I'm
Really?
like, maybe no one will
affected your
notice.
baby.
I know. Well, he doesn't wear any black. But but what is it about like a bright color? I mean, because it's also tied into I think how you see yourself. I mean, Rosie wore a dress. It was like one of the biggest news days in the story.
It was very weird for me. Oop, there's a video. Oh, no.
Yeah, it was
I
beautiful.
wore
Rosie wearing
yeah,
a
there's
dress.
me in a dress. Oh, my Lord. I know. I still have trauma remembering it. But I'm going to do it again. On Valentine's Day, I'm wearing a red one.
You said you were going to do it once a month.
So
We're gonna
that
do
was
it once a month.
January.
Okay. So
Valentine's Day.
a red one. Very
And
good.
then
Good
my
idea.
birthday in March, I'm 53, I'm going to wear something green.
Fabulous. I love that.
Yeah. You said there's a
black
name
is slimming,
for
yes.
this.
And
Whiplash, right?
Yes. Well, weight whiplash is a big thing. When we lose weight, when we gain
What
weight.
is weight whiplash?
I'm telling you all about
All right,
it
I'm
now.
sorry. I'm so patient.
Yeah, I know, exactly. The idea is that really your brain doesn't catch up with your body quite as quickly. So when you drop weight, you still see yourself as being bigger than you are.
Totally true.
And when you gain weight, it takes a while for your body to be like, oh, I'm a little bit bigger.
Well,
it just takes a second.
Do you know, for me, before I had my surgery, when I would gain weight, I wouldn't be able to see it until I saw a photograph. Anyone else? Like, almost like the mirror wasn't an accurate thing anymore.
Or you didn't
Because
trust
that's your brain.
right? You didn't trust
I think it is.
I think so much of it's in your brain.
I
One
think
day
you're
you look
right.
in the mirror and you go like, oh, I look good. And one day you're like, you fat bastard, you're going on a diet. I mean, I feel that all
you
the
like
time.
eat a big meal when it's like still basically in your mouth and your esophagus, and you're like, oh, my stomach's bigger
Wait, so
already.
wait, you mean you have like a food baby
Well,
in your
right,
throat?
Like I ate. Well, no, but like your weight doesn't change after one meal. But I had a brownie, a cookie, and something else before the show. I'm like, oh, this dress is tight. I mean, I tried it on yesterday. It wasn't tight.
Right,
So,
that's
but that's
psychological.
your brain. No
Yeah.
matter your weight, your body image is affected by your actions and your moods and the color.
Right, and also, but that's what we're saying, you know, black is slimming,
Yeah.
is the way people get around that. They think, okay, I'll wear black because it will make me look thinner. The idea that, you know, being thin is somehow this ideal.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that we don't
one
love
part, you're my
ourselves
age.
in purple.
We grew up watching. Kate Moss was like the beauty icon.
I know,
when we were
heroin
right? But now, I mean, maybe the one good thing Kim Kardashian has contributed to society, or one of the good things if you love her, is that having a larger rear end is making girls feel better about their bodies.
A little cushion for the pushing.
And I've always had this big Sicilian ass, and I grew up with it. And then
I
it
got to
came.
see that.
Oh, I got a big.
No, you don't.
I do.
Stand up.
I have a big-
Where is it?
It's pretty. It's a pretty.
I see a very nice round,
It used to,
firm,
well, it used to
small
be nicer.
compact.
You know, it's a 55-year-old ass now, but it still looks damn good.
Yeah.
And but you know, when I mean, but when I was younger, I was a chunky kid.
Really?
Oh, I was a chunky kid. So you talk about whiplash.
Yeah.
How about from the past that
Yes.
whiplash affects you? Is you think that stays with you?
Yes.
With you.
And you know, the body image of women want to look good for men or women or whatever they like. It's always attached to what you want to be attracted to, I think.
Of course, well, everybody wants to feel attractive. I think everybody wants to be loved.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know, that's really what it boils down to. Believe it or not, Freud said that the way we feel about our physical body really affects how we feel about ourselves.
Absolutely.
Like our
Yes.
self-esteem is really attached.
Right around 6.
Wow.
And I feel so much better, and I have so much more energy, you know, but I do feel really kind of vulnerable sometimes. And like that night after, that night of the dress that I wore the dress, I had therapy, and the whole 2 hours was about the dress, you know, because...
2 hours?
Yeah, because you know what she said to me was
Okay, are you
interesting.
free the week of Valentine's Day? We're gonna need
Yeah, I'm
you.
gonna need
Absolutely.
Can you be here?
I'll be here. I'll help you pick the
I love
dress.
that you double up on the therapy. It's 2 hours.
I
Yeah,
got
I
2
know.
hours at a
2
shot.
hours.
I got a lot to say.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good.
but
That's
you know
good.
what she said to me? She said, "Did you feel sexy in that dress?" And I said, "No, but I felt everyone else thought that I looked sexy, and that made me uncomfortable."
Uncomfortable? I thought you were going to say it bolstered your
No,
esteem.
it did the opposite. Isn't that interesting?
That's very interesting.
Right, so-
because I agree with you when you say, you know, we all want to feel attractive to others.
Right.
But it's interesting that you didn't feel it organically.
Well, you know, when I first put it on, I was so impressed that it fit. And then I was impressed. It looked tiny in the closet. I'm like, this has got to be for Rosie Perez. They put it in the wrong room. And then it got on, so I was so shocked.
Wow.
And then people were so nice. Everybody here is nice, going, "You look great." And then I felt like, wow. And I walked out like, this is nothing for me. And then I was in therapy. I don't know how I feel about the dress. Can I pay attention?
I'm definitely coming for Valentine's
Okay,
Day.
be here
you
for
need to be
Valentine's
here.
Day.
It's interesting that you if that it made you uncomfortable if
Yeah.
someone thought you were sexy.
Yeah.
But you know, if someone flirts with me, a gay guy flirts with me, if a straight guy flirts with me, I'm like, all bets are off, and I just go because I have
You're
nothing
like,
to lose and I have no fear because you know it's playful.
Right.
But if a gay guy flirts with me, I know I don't see it or hear it or I shut down. I'm
Well, you
like,
know,
what?
I
don't
sort of-
feel
when
like that guy
anybody
You know what?
flirted with me.
I'm happy.
I
When a
feel that
dog
way.
flirts with me,
well,
I'm
no,
happy.
but a compliment from a gay friend is much more like if they think I look well dressed or well put or good. I feel much better about it than a compliment from my husband or the straight men in my
Well,
life.
let's just
Like,
do it for her. You look really
you look
nice.
really hot.
Very
There you
good.
go.
You look really sexy.
Two gay people like the way you look.
Yeah, you
There
look really hot.
Slam dunk.
Ain't gonna
feel
get you
good.
laid, but you
And
look
the
really
style
hot.
expert.
I like it. Thank you.
And a style expert
Oh,
loves the
thank you.
floral.
There you go.
But you know, but I think that that's also true. Is that you know when we talk about this, I think it's funny that sometimes women dress for other women.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want to show off fashion in a different way
Yeah.
than dressing sexy
Right.
for your partner.
Right,
Right?
understood.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Right. I know a lot about fashion. Most of it has to do with sweatpants. We will be right back with more Hot Topics after this. Don't go away.
Lavish shopping sprees, $100,000 allowance, $1 million mansion. Re-gift them and get ready to shop, because Must Have Monday is back. We've partnered with vendors to offer you up to a jaw-dropping 84% off the hottest new items for 2015 on the return of Must Have Monday next week.
All right, we are back. A apparently this is the week when most people break their New Year's resolutions, especially the ones about exercising. Anybody make a resolution? I did.
I made none. What was yours?
To do yoga.
Did you do it?
Twice.
That's it?
I don't know. It's better than last year, but still not that good.
I said I was going to work out, get back to working out because it's been a while. Because I just want to. I've worked out my whole life, and I just want to be able to take a pill and remain after all those years of working out.
Of
I think I
course.
just be.
It doesn't work that way.
I know it doesn't.
But you deserve it.
It pisses me off. But I didn't. I said I was going to work out, but then I didn't. And guess what? 2 days ago, I started working out. So it's the exact opposite for me. It's starting now.
It's starting now.
So if you deny yourself the resolution, you get to it?
I get to it. I do get to it. I have to give
You are
myself
so complicated.
I have to talk myself. When I go to the gym every day, I had to talk myself into it.
Yeah.
It would take me hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
Much longer than it takes to work out.
Right.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Right.
I'm a lazy person.
Did you make a resolution?
I don't want
I
to
make no resolutions of any kind. I can't put that pressure on myself. I'm telling you. I have so much pressure that I put on myself in my head with the voices in my head every day. Another resolution I don't need.
Okay, how about you?
So my resolution was to take care of all of my medical appointments. The week before I got this job, my dad's English. I have terrible teeth, mouthful of cavities, and a tooth cracked in the back. And I got this job the next week, and I never dealt with it. My dentist is amazing. She called me every week. It has now eroded to a point where I need jaw surgery. So my resolution was to go to the doctor, to go get my mammogram, to go get my cholesterol checked. I have heart disease in my family, which kills more people than breast cancer, but I always get my mammogram, and to deal with my teeth. So I'm going to all my doctors.
Yeah, I had that same tooth thing that you have, where they have to take another part of the bone to grow the bone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've had that. It's
Friday.
not fun. I was supposed to take my kids tonight, no, this weekend, to see Linkin Park.
Oh.
My children love Linkin Park. I frankly didn't really know who they were. But my teens all wanted to go, so I bought 6 tickets, and it's a Sunday night. There's 2 people opening for them, and it's in Brooklyn. And then I got the greatest news. One of the guys in the band broke his leg. So the concert was canceled, and
You
I was
give it up and you get it.
I was so happy.
That's what happened.
And then I told my kids, and I said, you know, I was going to say that on TV, and Chelsea goes, before you talk bad about Linkin Park, you got to give me 30 minutes. And she put on 6 of her favorite videos in a row. And she's right. It's actually really good music. I thought it was like screaming. I don't know, in my head, Linkin Park was like, you know, that
That's
kind
what
of music.
I thought.
But it's not.
Or I thought it was an amusement park. I had no idea.
No. But they actually have a nail polish named after them called Linkin
really
Park
did.
After Dark.
Really?
I bet a lot of you know about it. It's black.
Yeah,
It's fabulous.
Well, they're a very popular band, you know, and it's hard when they don't want to come to see Barry Manilow when he's in, right? And I don't want to go see Linkin Park, so we have to each make amends. We have to each go.
Do they go to Barry with you? 'Cause
Yes.
Barry, I will go to Barry with you.
I love Barry. I see
Love
Barry
Barry.
every time he's anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
I do too. I love her.
All right, here, a Bella Mia is a 3-year-old Maltese who currently gets a $100,000 a year allowance, is treated to lavish shopping sprees, and will inherit $1.8 million from her owner, who considers her the daughter she never had.
Okay.
But she doesn't speak.
Does this woman actually have a daughter?
She has 2 sons.
As
so
the
she's
person
the daughter
here
she never had.
with probably the most inappropriately intimate relationship with my dog, let me speak to this.
Okay, go.
They don't need the money.
Yeah.
Find a human.
Or a charity.
That makes no
Anything.
sense. What is she going to build a doggy mansion on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean?
I mean,
in
a dog
Massachusetts?
can't hire a contractor. Give the
Exactly.
money to somebody who loves dogs.
That's
Now,
right.
I think it's really more of a message to her sons, right? Is this a little bit like, you know, you don't visit
Oh.
me. This dog is my partner.
Yes.
You do not give me enough. I'm giving all the money to the dog. I think it's a little thing at the Sons.
It's very, very Joan Crawford for reasons that are well known to them.
Exactly.
I mean, the dog can't ask for anything.
It's true.
Right? I mean, I guess he could beg.
But it's so funny. The smaller they are, the more money they get. Those gay little dogs
they
get the buck.
all
Yeah.
the small ones. You're right.
All
It's
the small ones.
The small ones.
I knew a woman that was like, "This is my baby. Hello, baby. Baby loves mama. Mama loves baby."
Joan Rivers was like that with her dog, right?
She loved her dog.
Joan.
But they
She
all
loved
fit
her
in a
dog.
purse, and they all get incredible hairstyles, and they have the best hair accessories.
Joan loved her dog, but she left the money to her daughter.
That's
Yeah.
right.
For reasons that are well known to her.
Oh, you're funny,
Absolutely
Mario.
true.
A new Zagat survey,
Zagat.
or whatever,
I love
of
the
food
Zagat.
trends claims that
I do.
kale and bacon are over.
Oh, thank God.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay, they said-
Hallelujah, I hate kale.
I hate
I
that.
hate kale. That's
kale.
over, but bacon?
It has to be cooked down, braised, like
No,
braised
there's
do
down.
nothing
people
you
hate
can.
kale?
There's nothing you can do to kale to make it not taste like dirt.
If you really
Thank
cook
you.
it down.
Thank you. You're the first time anyone's ever clapped for me. Thank you.
I'm sorry, my sister is a nutritionist.
Yes.
And I mean, it does have a lot of very good nutritional properties to it.
So does a
she
vitamin.
Yeah, but she calls kale the Kim Kardashian of vegetables.
Meaning?
Yeah.
Meaning
Because
that it
because
gets
of the
all
kale.
the publicity. What about a mustard green?
What about collard greens?
Try a
Give me some collard greens. I love
Right.
Try another
Fair
dark
enough.
leafy green.
I
But
think it's the waviness to the kale that
Can I just say that if you put kale, Mario,
Sorry.
if you put kale in the oven and bake them and have little kale chips, they're delicious. It's like popcorn.
I know where you
But
got
you
that.
could just have bacon.
You got that from your friend Barbara Streisand, who in her one of her books said, "I love kale crispy in the oven, drizzled with olive oil and lemon. My secretary Renata makes it for me." I know where you got it.
Don't you ever do my Barbara like that again!
No one loves Barbara more than me.
I love her more than
I
you!
love her more.
When's her birthday?
I don't
April
know.
24th, 1942!
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and potter. Life's candy on the sun for all the butter. Don't bring her out a cloud to rain on my parade.
We got to go to a break. Bye, we'll be right back.
Is Mario Pantone about to fail out of Crafty You? Find out right after this.
Well, welcome back to Crafty You. Mario, tell the folks what we're making today.
We're making sand candles.
Did you say sand candles?
Sand, not sand castles. If I was making sand castles, we'd be at a beach in a Speedo. No, we're making sand candles.
Well, thank you for clearing that up for
I'm
me.
very excited about this.
This is the easiest craft in the world, and knowing that you hate crafting, I thought I would have you do this one.
Okay, let's do this. And hurry up, the timer's ticking. This is
Okay,
gonna go through
take
my
your little
test.
wax right here.
What is it?
This is a little piece of wax. You're gonna put your little wick on the bottom of it. Okay, flatten
like
your
this?
wax. Yeah, that's good. Flatten your wax like a coin.
It's not flattening.
All right, geez, you can't even do this part. This is the prep.
Look, if this turns me into a lesbian, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, no, it won't.
All right.
Trust me.
All right.
First you have a desire to wear Birkenstocks. That's the first
Is that
sign.
the first thing?
Yes, don't worry.
And
you listen to
and then-
Melissa Etheridge over and over, and then you realize, geez, I love women.
And
That's how it happens.
Is that what? And then I go to the Celtic Women's Concert Festival.
Exactly.
Of course I do.
We'll go to Lilith Fair 12.
Lilith, is
Now,
that what it is? Lilith.
Take your
I love Lilith, yeah.
chopsticks.
Salakadoola, Metricaboola,
Bippity boppity boo. Put it together, and what have you got?
Bippity boppity, bippity boppity, bippity. Okay, go
Not
ahead.
the whole song.
No,
All right, anyway, put
you're
this right
about
here and bend your wick over it.
Oh.
Just bend your wick over it.
Bend my
Look,
wick over it.
Bend your wick. I'm sure you've never heard that before.
I've never heard bend my wick over it.
As
That
you-
would be painful.
As you can see by these beautiful sand castles,
Look at that.
all we have to do is take the wonderful...
Sand candles. You keep saying castles. You keep saying castles.
I didn't say castles.
You said sand castles. You did too. We're not at the friggin' beach. Come on, let's go.
Take a look at these beautiful sand candles.
Very nice.
And this is what we will be making.
You know what I'm very happy about?
What's that?
We're not melting wax, because I don't like to get stuff on me. That bothers me.
I know.
I'm OCD
This is very simple and easy. The sand candles, they come with this wonderful sand wax. They're little beaded up pieces of wax, and you can use them, all different colors, to create whatever design you want.
I love that.
Now-
Look at this beautiful color. It's like polenta. I'm gonna make
Okay,
polenta.
so all you have to do is use your spoon or just pour.
See, if
pour
we were
your
cooking,
Yeah.
it would be better. We could make polenta, and that would be really good. You know what I want to do now that I've done this with you?
What?
I want to do a baking segment with you called Master Baking with Mario. I think that would be fantastic. So since I'm crafty with you, you have to bake with me.
You know, I've known you for years, and I did not know you were a master baker.
I am the greatest master baker in the country.
No one ever told me that about
Oh, my
you.
God. The greatest.
Now, I know you're thinking, what kind of design would be good, right? You
This
can
is
do.
so easy. It's ridiculous.
It is. It's ridiculous, and you can also like spice it up a little by look. You can make
I
like.
was just gonna do that. You poke.
You see?
You poke.
You poke.
Oh, I love to poke. That's really nice.
Yes, that I actually did know about you, the poking part.
And look, the red. Oh, is this a flag of what country is this?
That's
yellow, blue, and
that's Jamaica
red.
in the summer season.
It is?
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
They
actually.
change flags in the winter.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
you can use this like a fork or a toothpick or anything to move it around. You can make a swirl. It's very simple. You could do this with your kids. And then when you're done with this, with making it beautiful,
Yes.
which it really is,
Yes.
you could choose a scent, and it comes in the craft store.
Now, how do you choose a scent?
Right here. See the
Oh,
scent?
this looks like a sidewalk in New York where they're like, they smell.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing worse than patchouli. Don't give me no patchouli. You can smell that for miles.
That's very lesbian, too. Patchouli.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it is. I'm just saying.
I smell it a lot.
Take the patchouli and put it in.
I don't want, I'm gonna do vanilla.
Okay, I'm doing cinnamon.
I like
you just put a couple drops in there, and when the candle melts, then you're gonna smell it.
You'll
and it's
smell
gonna
that
be,
little bit?
Yes, just a couple drops in. Now, when you're done, you take off your wick. What happened? Is it horrible?
It's wicked strong.
Well, I don't know why you picked vanilla. That's hard. What was a candle to smell like vanilla?
I love vanilla. It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
It makes me hungry.
But look at this one. Ocean waves. What does that smell like?
Let's see.
It smells like sea urchin. That's really nice.
Look it.
What?
Snip your wick.
Snip it?
Snip your wick, honey.
Well, you know, that happened years ago.
Yes, I do. Snip it. Okay, and now we're going to light our candles, and I have to tell you, Mario, you just crafted on television, and you succeeded in making something.
Oh, I love this thing. Look at this. Rosie, wait, light!
Look at that.
Be good.
You've done it. We've made beautiful candles, and it's so easy to do. That's me. Think you have what it takes to make it into Crafty You? Tweet us or Instagram us your masterpiece using hashtag #Rosie'sCraftyYou, or visit our website. Maybe you'll get the chance to come on and craft with us. Wouldn't that be fun? We will be right back after this with Joshua Malina.
Where's Olivia? Who's having sex with who now? What the hell is happening on Scandal? Joshua Malina better start talking next.
That was a tough scene.
That was a hard one. And with that song in the background, it's like a killer.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now,
Heartbreak.
do she and Leo have a future or a past, or what is going on?
I
What
think
can you
they
tell
might
us?
have a future.
Really?
Yeah. I'll respond two different ways. David, very sad.
Yes.
Josh Malina, happily married for 18 years.
It's all right.
Go get him, Leo.
You're able to compartmentalize. Is really you're an actor.
It's easier for my life. Let them be happy together.
Well, all right. So I have to ask you something because this doesn't really have anything to do with your character, or
Yes.
or maybe it does.
Let's find out.
But what happened to Olivia at the end of the last episode?
where is Olivia?
Yeah, where is she? She was dancing with her dude.
Well, this is the difficulty in promoting Scandal.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't say anything. What I will say is at the table read where she went missing, I leaned over to Katie Lowe's and muttered, "She'll be back."
Oh, thank goodness. All right.
Yeah,
But
one hopes.
Don't you think that Game of Thrones ruined that? When they killed Ned Stark, I thought, how is this possible? The lead of a show, so she may not come back.
That
You don't
ruined
know.
job security for all actors.
all of
and
us.
generations to come.
Yes, I used to think that, but not anymore.
And I feel like there's no one off limits. I mean, anyone can die on Scandal.
As do I. I didn't always feel that way. Then the Dan Bukatinsky affair happened.
Right, and I was so upset because he's been a friend of mine for years. I see it on TV. I call up. I go, "Is it you or Josh?"
There we go.
He said nothing. Oh my God, it's you!
We came to the end of that table read, and we don't know anything until the table read, and it sure looked like one of us was going to die.
Right.
Yeah.
And,
Certainly seemed that way.
and then just immediately after that, Dan was like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." And for a week, I said, "Dan, neither of us is going. We're going to be fine.
Yes.
Shonda loves us. It'll turn out." There was a deer in the distance. He shot a deer.
Yes.
Somebody got clipped.
No.
And no, I was on and on and on. And then I just got a text that said, "It's me."
Oh my God.
And he had just won the Emmy Award, so I
Right.
thought they'll never kill him off.
Well, now I know. I feel like I'll always be safe because God knows I'll never win an Emmy. If that's what it takes to be killed off, I'm safe.
I don't believe that, my friend. I don't believe that at all.
I'll be fine.
Now, we have a common affection. Mine is an obsession. Yours is a friendship with Aaron Sorkin.
Oh, he's a good man.
Right?
Yeah, he's been a very, very good friend to me for a long time. He was like, for the first 15 years of my career, my personal arts patron. I really only worked in things that he wrote. Yeah.
You were in A Few Good Men and The West Wing. And
And did you meet him at an audition, or how did you get in touch with him?
The story really goes, it's really a Jewish geography story.
Perfect.
I moved.
It involves camp.
No, it should. No.
Okay.
He went to high school with my cousins, Rachel Stewart and Joel, with whom I'm very close. He was in the Scarsdale High School Drama Club with them. I saw him in high school plays. He's a wonderful actor. Moved to New York in '88. I knew I wanted to be an actor, but I didn't really have a strategy. And my mom said, you should call Aaron Sorkin.
Your mom.
And I was like, that's how I'm going to be an actor. I'll just cold call Jews until...
Yeah.
But...
It worked. Now, at that time, was he producing anything? Was he Was he known?
No, no. I just knew him as this great guy. Became very good friends with him. He would host these twice-weekly poker games, so we hung out a lot. And then at one of these, he sort of casually mentioned, and I think at the time I didn't even know he was a writer. I knew him as an actor. He said, you know, I wrote this play. Do you want to audition for it? And I was like, heck yeah. And it turned out to be A Few Good Men, and it was going to Broadway. And I grew up in New Rochelle, suburban kid, dreaming of being on Broadway. And Aaron really just made my dream come true.
What was your first Broadway show you ever saw in your life?
It was either, I can't remember which order, I saw Pippin and The Magic Show with Doug Henning.
Doug Henning.
And I can't remember which I saw first, but, and I remember them vividly, and Ben Vereen was ill, and his understudy Irving Lee went on, and it was unbelievable.
Right.
And so, you know, I sat there and I was like, that's what I want to do.
Same thing happened to me. First time I saw a Broadway show, I'm like, I want to be on that stage doing that. And then I waited by the stage door, and I watched all the actors come out sweaty. And I'm like, I'm going to be a sweaty actor like that one day. And I've achieved the sweaty
there you go.
part,
And then not too much long after, I think when I was 10, 76, I saw Robert Guillaume play Nathan Detroit. They did an African-American version of Guys and Dolls.
Wow.
And I was blown away by him. And then many years later, co-starred with him in Sports Night. So that was another just nice.
I see an epic trivia game taking. Will you come back and play Broadway trivia with Rosie?
Sure. I like that.
We'll cheer one for each of you. Our thanks to Joshua Malina. Scandal will be back on Thursday at 9 p.m. here on ABC. And we'll be right back.
Like The View on Facebook. Join us behind the scenes. Watch exclusive videos with our celebrity guests and see trending hot topics throughout the day. Like us on Facebook.com.
Millions of women in America are battling alcoholism right now, many in silence. One family's story of how alcohol shaped their lives touched my heart through a beautiful documentary called My Name Was Betty. Take a look at this.
This is my mother, Betty, as she lives in my mind's eye. This picture was taken in 1990. She was 44 years old. This is my mother 10 years later, in 2000, when she was arrested for drunk driving. She was 54. And this is my mother in 2007, when she was arrested again. She was 61. 5 months later, she died of alcoholism.
Please welcome the woman who made that beautiful documentary, Sherry Vanden Acker. I'm so happy to meet you in person because I was so moved by your courage and strength to tell the story of your life and your family and to come to the point of forgiveness that you got to. It really, really moved me.
Thank you. My mother's death was tragic and it was shocking. And I knew she was going to die. It was clear looking at her that she was close to death, but I didn't expect it to hit me the way it did. And I really wanted to bring some kind of meaning to her death.
Right.
And I wanted to get back to a sense of who she was before this disease completely destroyed her.
Now, she was a nurse, working full-time as a nurse, and not really as sick as she was towards the end of your life. When you were a child, do you remember sort of a normalcy, or was alcohol always a part of it?
Well, when I was a child, it was clear to me that our home life wasn't the same as other people's. There was a lot of anger, there was a lot of tension, but I didn't know why. I didn't really know my mother was an alcoholic, and that realization came later.
You're how many children in your family?
2. There's
You
me
and
and
your
my,
sister?
yeah.
Yes, and she's in the film as well. Very touching. You say that a lot of the things that you remember, a lot of the sadness and the horrors, that was not your mother.
That's right.
That was actually the disease of alcoholism.
That's right. I think that the most powerful piece of healing for me came when I could separate my mom from her disease, and I could see her as a person with the disease, and I could get really angry at the disease and stop directing the anger at her. She didn't want to do the things she did under the influence of alcoholism. She loved us, she had dreams for us, she had dreams for herself, and the illness took all of that away.
It seems in the book that she tried to get sober. She had the blue book, the AA blue book, and there were very beautiful notes that she wrote in the book to inspire herself to keep going, but she never kept going back, right?
Right. In fact, she came home from rehab drunk.
And she put her purse down on the table, and there was half a bottle of whiskey in it, and she was drunk. I felt like it's over. The booze is always going to be more important. My childhood's over. She's never going to be my mom. And the booze is always going to be more important.
Do you have any memory of her sober?
Not really sober, but there was a phase in her life where she was doing better. She wasn't working nights, and she was connected to the family, and her drinking was a little better under control. And those are my happiest memories of my mom.
I'm
'cause
sure.
That's when we'd go shopping and spend time with family and have holidays that were kind of normal together.
Did you ever sit down and try to do an intervention? Did you ever talk to her and say, you know, Mom, you can get help with this, there is a way out?
Well, I had a really heartbreaking conversation with my mother when I was 23. And she said to me, Cher, I'm gonna die a drunk. And that broke my heart.
Yeah, how could it not? And did it make you feel that you were not worth her sticking around and getting healthy for?
I think at first, but what she said to me is, it's easier to stay drunk than to be sober and face the things I did when I was drunk. And she was wrong.
That's right.
But she was so ashamed of this disease, and she couldn't forgive herself for developing it and for doing things that embarrassed her.
And how did you come to the forgiveness? Because the most beautiful part of it is how you and your sister really hold her memory in grace and such loving kindness that you bestow upon a woman who wasn't able to give that to herself.
Right.
How did you get to forgiveness, Cher?
It took a long time. It took a lot of therapy. I think that coming to terms with my own depression and anxiety and seeing how they affected me helped me understand that she was really self-medicating when she had the disease. And I think coming to understand she wasn't the disease, she had the disease, and the disease was beating her up,
Right.
gave me a lot of compassion. And I think at the end, I had a therapist who said to me, how are you your mother's daughter? And I resisted that question so much because I was so focused on how I wasn't.
Right.
But when I could finally realize that, yeah, there are so many things I value about my own personality and my own dreams that really were hers, and I could claim that, that really opened the path where I could be grateful to be her daughter instead of angry.
At least by the time Mom died in September of 2007, our reconciliation was as complete as I could have hoped, given her profound physical and mental deterioration. I'm grateful for the peace we found. However imperfect, it helped me endure the excruciating aftermath of her death.
Well, I have to say thank you for making the film. I think alcoholism in women is not often talked about, and you not only showed people and educated people about the disease, but about the joy and the peace that comes with forgiveness. I want to thank you. I can't even tell you how much it moved me. You can watch it on Amazon Prime. Sherry Vanden Ecker, thank you very much for being here. My Name Was Betty is the name of the documentary, and I'm thrilled to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be right back right after that. Very beautiful. It was fun today. Did you guys have a good time?
I had a blast.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should make sand castles more often. Anyway, thank you, Stacey London. Come back anytime you want.
Thank you so much.
You're fashionable and fun and friendly.
Well, thank you. Will you watch my show tonight? Do you promise?
I promise.
Love Luster Run on
sent the
TLC.
DVR.
TLC.
Right? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Please join me.
We will. And you, Mario, what are you doing?
I'm hosting the Steve Chase Humanitarian Awards in Palm Springs, February 7th. Huge annual AIDS benefit. Imagine a world without AIDS is the theme this year. So
Fantastic.
it's going to be fantastic. I'm very happy to be here.
I'm just going to make people under.
Good. Make people under.
Make
That's a
people
little bit
under.
different.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Everyone,
you.
let's do it. Take a little time to enjoy the view.